Spawning in the blue color. First round of the Masters of Mythology tournament, hosted by Boyd and sponsored by Flacco. This is TigerBoss playing as Kronos. And on the other side, in the red color, playing as Fushi, we have got Renko in the red. Finally, some China. And I get to cover it in my first game. Funny thing, we had the extended edition skirmish tournament over at Meta Place, and there was not a single Chinese game played. But anyway, for a Kronos player, we've got the Economic Guild. And that's a hunting dogs done. Oh god, I love this spectator interface for the extended edition. You can even hide the resources for now, because we don't need it right away. And yeah, we've got some switching going on, a switcheroo between the giraffe and the trees, and the storage pit is coming down already for the goal. So a little bit of a strange build for Renko, but we'll have to see where it goes. I mean, this does allow for some early garden shenanigans. Let's see those resources after all, as we don't cast too much China, obviously. The house. Only thing I'm gonna say is this is very expensive in regards to storehouses, right? That could be an issue, but yeah, everything's looking normal. We got a bit of a ping issue, so hopefully the game is not gonna slow down to a crawl. But anyway, Blue Lagoon things, just Blue Lagoon things, yeah. We've got rhinos, we've got water, we've got some cliffs, and these are the types of cliffs that you can use artillery on, right? So you could put like a you could put like a onager here, which is the unique new thing in extended edition for the Atlanteans, and you could siege this technically, should the Chinese try to steal this, or the other way around. Actually, this is not in range, so that's a bit of a thing that if TigerBoss can't secure this forward TC for whatever reason, then he's gonna play with that. But onagers not exactly the most common occurrence in the game, so. Nothing else is new for this matchup. Obviously, the Chinese should do pretty well against Atlanteans, to be honest. I mean, you don't want to spam scout cavalry or anything like that, but just your normal composition should be more than fine. And then in heroic age, you get the Fire Lancer, which deals with pretty much everything. Fushi should also be able to do a rush with the heroes. The Immortals have a higher limit for Fushi than the other gods. It's tied to what age you're in, right? So in each age you would get access to 2 more, but Fushi doesn't have that. You just get all of them, and it's pretty common to make like 5 or something and go rush with that and advance through Huangdi and end up with the duplication power, call to arms. Multiplies your units, and then you got some sick pressure on the other guy. And Hagrid confirms to me on Twitch that there is indeed a veto per round before 1 minute. Okay, I actually did not see that in the rules, but I'm more than happy to tell the players, because that's a good thing. Age of Mythology does need vetoes. Sometimes the maps are just bonkers. Oracle is getting whacked a little bit by the scout cav, so this is a pretty good start there for Renko. Hopefully he brings around the other. Oh, there's an immortal actually. And now in the extended edition, you have a very severe nerf of initial attacks and whatever. Even gonna see a wall from TigerBoss, as he's a little bit worried about getting bullied. But the Harmonious Necklace is getting picked up. That's one of the relics on the map. The other one was the Staff of Dionysus. And yeah, we've got the Scout Cav at 0.6 attacks per second, or rather damage per second, whacking these oracles. But you'll always do 1 damage, no matter what your DPS is, so that's good. Yeah, Huangdi is done. Now, I'm curious, will these Scout Cav be multiplied right away? Year of the Goat is placed down, so you get some more fattened goats and more goats the higher your age is, I think. Or wait, I don't think they fatten more, they just, there's just more of them. Valor is still used despite the oracles being weak. Scout Cav do get away, and we've got a second TC from Renko, so no Immortal Rush to a crazy degree, but they're still being made. I mean, they're going to be great for the defense. They've got a ranged attack that they can use against ranged units, so if there's any Terma, they can take them down. The Kronos Terma cannot dodge projectiles. So that is how we will roll. Terma are out, and in Extended Edition, you do not have medium archers for free, right? You've got half-price cavalry upgrades, but that's only really going to affect the Contarius, right? Terma are just archers. Still got the other relic here. Oh, what was that? Oh, up here. Oh no, the TC fire is gonna wreck these oracles. Holy yikes. Got some sneaky hunters from TigerBoss. Would love to see a manor at some point. As he's about to get housed. But he's sorting it out at home. Losing a bit of control over the Immortal, but does end up killing the Promethean, so it's okay. And yeah, there's the thing I said. Target the Terma if you're against Kronos or Gaia, because there's nothing they can do about it, right? They just have to take it. Walling coming in from a China player, and that's sick. Already on 23 villagers, by the way, so that is fantastic. Chukunu are being made, but at the moment a little bit stalled there as they're pricey. You'll probably need a 4th villager on the gold if you really want to sustain this in a solid way, especially if you want to make heroes, but no more than 2 have been made. It's all good. We might see some takedowns here on the units. Nope. Looks like a disengage from Renko. I feel like he had a good start here and he could duplicate this. Like, he still has call to arms, right? But maybe it's a good idea to get rid of like the scout cav and not duplicate those, because they have limited value against Myrmidons and all that. They have good value against Terma though. And thank you for that follow, but I think I'll disable it in this scene now. I forgot to disable my alerts. Whoops. Sorry everyone watching later on YouTube. So everyone watching live will do these alerts during the breaks. Okay, it should be taken down there easily enough. Nice villager pick off too, but that is the first villager kill off the game. Not exactly where Kronos would want to be, especially with 2 relics already captured. These villagers have the Staff of Dionysus. And also domestication has been actually researched, so that's gonna be really increasing the herdable gather rate. And are there no chickens? What? There are no chickens on this map. Just herdables. Well, that's unfortunate because, like, having... I guess it affects the berries. So that's nice. There are berries, right? Wait, there's no berries? You are joking me. No way there's no berries. Holy crap. There are some here. Has Renko already had his berries? I mean, it's possible. We completely missed that. Well, it's good stuff. TigerBoss finally getting his 2nd TC as well. And Elephant is next. That is some real nice source of food there with 750 available. Deconstructs the barracks, and this is the time for call to arms. There are gonna be 2 terracotta warriors in the middle of this, and when they die, if they die, they will be dealing some massive damage. Halberdiers should be on top of the Terma as they get plus 50% damage there. All of the Chukunu have been taken down. Valor is in. But there is still a substantial Chinese army here. The death of the terracotta isn't actually doing that much damage there. Yeah, the next one will be taken down, and I think all those Terma are pretty much toast as they are trying to run away from the heroes. Not exactly something that you can get done. Army is gone. And trying to re-wall here is Renko. Let's see if he can get it done. No 3rd TC on the way just yet. Actually, doesn't have many resources at all. And well, the population is actually in a good spot, so I kind of like that. He can also put the villagers into this fight to help out. Actually, he will have to if he wants to win. There's a Cairo Ballista now joining that will shred the Halberdiers. The villagers have so much DPS though in this, and they have bonus damage against the Cairo as well. Yeah, that's a really good pick off if you can get it. 200 resources for this thing, pretty much. And there we go. Can China now prevent this town center from coming up? There are a little bit too many Chokonus for my taste. The villagers getting pulled into this are all gonna be slaughtered, especially if they just target the TC rather than taking down the actual units. Chukanu trying to do their best. They have a medium upgrade. More villagers are being pulled in. Is this the big commit that Renko really wants to do? It's gonna be real rough. Shanking that settlement like a Chad, but although the Atlantic units are dropping rapidly, I'm not sure it's quick enough to get done what he needs. There's more Millos all over these villagers. So many are being lost. The total kill count on villagers is currently at 13. Oh my god. 14! And the number is climbing up. This is insane. It was a daring play, but definitely not worth it. And the Atlantean player gets the town center, finishes off some additional villagers, and there's a substantial army here now. Population count is currently looking to be almost 100 versus just 65. That is so painful. What else is being done by our Chinese player? Like, if there was a substantial amount of heroes out, if it was all the heroes out, I could still see the value being generated, but every time you do that, it's sacrificing villager production time. That is not something that can be afforded when you have only 40 villagers. Like, where did all this go? TigerBoss almost maxed out on citizens currently. Like, he's got one hero citizen, okay, so he can get up to 26. Out of valors. So there will be no additional ones unless it's like late game and he really wants to do that. Probably the next step for him is to go to the next stage, but we've got 8 immortals out. That is the maximum. Renko still desperately needs that 30C in order to catch up as well. So the elephant he can't gather from either. So this is so tough for him. The CC is actually not producing, but that's because there's only one citizen left to be made. So once this completes and this completes, I think that's it. Yeah, so he's done it correctly. See if the immortals can make a difference. Have we got any additional economic upgrades here? I mean, we've got husbandry down now. I don't know if that was on before. We've also got the pickaxe. So army upgrades, we just have medium and medium. TigerBoss is starting to stockpile resources as he's making his last few units in order to max out, and after that, basically we're looking at him going into the heroic age and quite potentially stomping. So I think you definitely want Hyperion here for heroic if you're Kronos, because they will just get rid of so many of the army units. Totally swing the fight like that. And you get the satyrs, which are decent, but maybe not so good against immortals. So you'll have to take down the immortals with the Arcus before you really start relying on your myth units. But it's not like Behemoth would help you more, or Traitor as a god power. It's just not very useful, Traitor, until you're facing the Mythic Age. But you also don't want to let Fushi go Mythic, because you'll be dealing with Great Flood, most likely. And that could kill your entire army, several citizens, maybe even a TC. That is why TigerBoss is fortifying here with military barracks. Terma are losing their value though, so if we can see some medium halberdier on these and the immortals redirected to the Cairo Ballista, that would be huge for a Chinese player. It looks like the population efficiency of these units is starting to kick in. Oh, that is insanely good as a fight, but Hyperion is in. And chaos is instantly used on the army. And although Chinese won the fight, I don't think they're winning the war whatsoever. More Murmillos are coming in. And we're going to be looking at a jump to Mythic quite likely. Implode wouldn't be the worst idea. Turbine production has stopped, so that is good. I would like to see some Arcus though. Because if you just medium Murmillo spam into Halberdier Choconu, you're going to have a bad time. Third TC is getting grabbed by Renko. There is hope for this man. Indeed. Gold mines are secure and vault. Great stuff. We already got a market for our Kronos player. Could be selling some wood if he really wanted to. Currently the selling rate is at 69, which is nice, but also the default. So we got a bunch of scouts. They are going to be able to flank the Murmillo and get on top of the Cairo Ballista. Could also just go after the citizens. I mean, if they're not sufficiently protected, I mean, the chunky ones, the heroes are a little bit tough, and they even get the copper shields there. Not helpful against the scout calf though. Let's see if he can get us around on this one. Oh no, teleports into the manor. As it was foretold. War Academy getting attacked by Renko, by TigerBoss. That is not where he wanted to be. And the scout cav are getting on top of the Cairo Ballista, but actually disengaged there. Could have gotten a few hits in. Satyr is getting picked off by the Immortals, so good targeting micro overall. And we've got a ton of Halberdiers. Maybe our Chinese player will be able to reach the heroic age soon as well. Let's see if he's got an armory. Not yet. He's got the free town centers. He's got 23 farms, so that is about good. A little bit more wouldn't hurt though. We've also got a single garden only. That could be a little bit more than that. We got a palace for our Atlantean player. And another one is coming up shortly. The elephant is still here for a little bit of extra food. And have we got any Arcus? Okay, the first bunch of Arcus are out. But we're only looking at 5 right now. That number needs to get up there. And we've got Contarius as well being made. Let's see. Heavy Archers is coming in. We've got Atlas almost finished. Oh my goodness. That could be the end of the line for China. Needs to garrison. Everybody's in the town center. Great play by Renko to minimize it. Only problem is that they will be probably pulled out of there. No, never mind. It's not going to pull them out because they weren't tagged to begin with. So basically nothing has died. Some of these buildings are weak, fair enough. But you pop out these units, you're pretty much good to go. And Zhonghui is going to be researched or worshipped here. You got heavy everything for Atlanteans. And the Immortals are going after the Argus. Atlantean army looking pretty solid now. Got bronze shields, copper weapons. That is definitely a lot more than what the Chinese can say for themselves. Argus is still tanking a pretty good amount at 550 HP, a significant chunk better than you'd be used to on Googly, where they only have 360 attack. The Fire Siphon is in, 16 range on this thing, so you have to respect it. It's trying to take down the town center. We should be seeing a bunch of counterfrags to get some counter damage on that. They do actually double damage against siege weapons, so also helpful against the Cairo Ballista. And overall, Atlantean doesn't have a great counter to cataphracts, so the higher you can upgrade those, the better you get. Fanatics, of course, trade fairly well against them. Let's see, that might be enough units, but only 57 hit points. The Destroyer might be able to 2-tap this DC. Where is the repair? We got a bunch of monks coming in, no special upgrades just yet. We're getting... Is that heavy War Academy? Yep, that is heavy. And also beginning. Cataphracts are doing massive damage against the siege units. My god, TigerBoss just tapped that TC with something, I beg you. 4 hit points on the TC. Here comes the repair. Is it gonna be enough? Oh my goodness. This is unbelievable. He's gonna repair it, and if he gets masons on top of this, it's gonna be even crazier. Because he will be able to hold this after all, it looks like. Resource-wise, that Chinese player doesn't have much, but it might be enough to secure this town center. Just garrison everyone in there. The destroyers are not having a great time against the cataphracts, of course, but with the backup from so many Arcus, it's a very different story. Bronze weapons are in, copper mail is in, so maybe after all the destroyers will be able to get rid of this. Ooh. And GG will be called. Renko has really nothing else left. Knocked out of the tournament, TigerBoss will be the one to continue. Great stuff. At the end there, we've seen a kill-death ratio of 53 to 47. So it was fairly close, resource-wise as well. It's just being behind on the TC. Like, Renko hasn't gathered as many resources, right? And we've got 45 TC for TigerBoss at the end. Just overall really well played. With a larger army, you get more done. Who would have thunk? Yeah, look at that. How much earlier that third TC was. Damn. And total all resources as well. Huge difference. That is where the bigger army came from. So, to everyone on YouTube later watching the VOD, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. And see you in the next one.